First things first, the following will contain no spoilers. We repeat that, no spoilers about the third season of House of Cards. We promise. With that out of the way, as many as you know, the new season of the show starring Kevin Spacey as a ruthless politician is now out.
The show changed the TV landscape forever. It marked the first time a hit series was not being shown on traditional broadcast television or cable. Now, 2 years later, the series is more popular than ever. We will talk to the creator of the series in just a second, but first, here is a non-spoiling clip.
Do you really want to discuss courage, Claire? Because anyone can commit suicide or spout their mouth in front of a camera. But you want to know what takes real courage? Keeping your mouth shut, no matter what you might be feeling. Holding it all together when the stakes are this high.
We're murderers, Francis.
No, we're not. We're survivors.
Binge watchers everywhere are gearing up for a weekend of little sleep. House of Cards creator Beau Willimon is joining us this morning. Good morning to you, Beau.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
This is such a complex show, and we are both such huge fans. I heard you say, though, it's not about politics, it's about power. How do you explain to someone what the show is about?
Politics is just a subset of power. Power is something that we all experience in our daily lives between ourselves and our loved ones, our spouses, our friends, our coworkers. Someone who jumps the line at the grocery store creates a power dynamic that you have to respond to. What we see in a Washington story is people who make power, the center of their lives.
Let's talk about Francis Underwood here, because he is somehow a very sympathetic character, even as you hear Claire tell him there, they are murderers. We know that by season 3, twice, in fact. And yet we're somehow, he's so compelling. What is it about him, do you think, that makes him so compelling?
I think there's a delicious aspect to Frank Underwood, in which we get to see a guy that cuts through the gridlock of Washington. He is unapologetically self-serving. He will stop at nothing to get what he wants. And there's a part of all of us that wishes we could liberate ourselves from morals and ethics and the rules to accomplish what we want to. We can't, but he can, and we get to enjoy that ride.
Where does that character come from, though? Because you worked on Chuck Schumer, Hillary Clinton, Bill Bradley, some big campaigns. Is this a character that you met in D.C.?
Frank Underwood's an extreme version of what you might see in D.C. I think most people in D.C. show up for the right reasons. They want to serve the public. They want to do good. With Frank Underwood, we see an extreme, dark version of an element that might be in some politicians. The character is not based on any one particular politician, but certainly my experiences working on campaigns and all the people I know in politics contribute to the creation of this character.
One of the most distinctive aspects of the show is the direct address, the point when Frank turns to the camera and talks to the audience. Kevin Spacey has said, everybody thinks that started with Ferris Bueller, but actually it started with Shakespeare. But what made you decide to do that?
Well, so House of Cards was originally a series that ran in the early 90s on the BBC, and we stole it outright from that version. Now, our version is a reinvention. There's most things we let fall by the wayside, and we did new things. But one of the things we stole was turning to the camera. It's a tried and true dramatic device, breaking the fourth wall. And what that gives you is a sort of complicity with the audience, an intimacy between the character and the people watching him, and it makes him easier to root for that way.
Working with such amazing actors, I mean, Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright, both of them, when I think about actors who are just chameleons, can play anything, do they have some role in helping you shape or shift the script?
Absolutely, they have a huge role. We are in constant discussions about upcoming scripts, about where the story is going. Every time I have a new draft of a script, I have them read it, and we talk about each of their scenes. The conversations we have lead to all sorts of changes. When we collaborate and we talk, it only makes the story better.
This show is a huge success now, but when you started, you hadn't done television before. David Fincher hadn't done television before. Netflix hadn't done television before, but they put $100 million down, guaranteed 2 seasons. That's a lot of pressure.
Well, I mean, Netflix took the approach of go big or go home, and we were lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time. I don't think we felt pressure so much as we felt liberation. We knew that we could do what we wanted to do. The one advantage to doing something new is that it is new, and so the expectations are not conventional ones. They're outside the box ones, and we definitely benefited from that.
Just on the production end, as a viewer, I'm so curious how you guys come up with these plots. Do you factor in the way people are watching it, that they might sit down and watch 13 episodes straight when it comes to writing it?
Yes and no. Mostly no. It still takes a year to create a television show, and there's no guarantee that people are going to binge watch. Just because we make it available all in one day doesn't mean that you're obligated to. A lot of people spread it out over time, so it has to be able to work both ways. Sort of like reading a novel. The author never knows whether someone's going to read it in one sitting or over the course of a few months, whether it's going to be in the quietude of their living room or on a noisy subway train, and we don't either.
Well, we know you have, anchors from time to time, so just remember these faces. We're always there for you.
There's so many great news people and anchors that we want to work with, and we only have so many hours, and we try to work with as many as we can.
Well, we're available.
Maybe you guys will be next. Yeah, that would be so much fun. Yeah.
Beau Willimon, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Good luck with the third season of House of Cards.
Thank you.